everybody. Welcome to an episode of Chad and Friends Beer Reviews. We've got Henry over for his, what is now a weekly Friday afternoon visit.
Yeah, pretty much.
And we're doing a beer that should be right up your alley, because this is an old-style British beer. Samuel Smith's Yorkshire Stingo says, ale aged in oak ale casks, matured for over a year, 8% alcohol by volume, 550 milliliters. Oh, and this was a gift from Mike in Pennsylvania, so thanks, Mike, for the beer. There's kind of a long description on the back, and they even have a couple pictures of how it's made. But we're going to go into this one kind of blind, which I guess gives you like the most fair rating, you know?
Oh, I'd say.
So, looks like I don't know how to describe it. It's like a rusty color almost. Can't see through it.
Yeah, it's cloudy. It's nice. I mean, you could take a look. You can't really see through it.
Yeah. I got a pretty big head because I got the beginning of the bottle.
Yeah, I was being gentle.
Yeah.
I can smell it from here.
I could smell it as soon as I opened it.
Oh yeah, it's rich.
It smells like that Barleywine. It's like that toffee, caramel. Yeah, it smells like, well, I mean, it's not nearly as potent as that J.W. Lees you brought a couple weeks ago, but it's in the same tradition, I'd say, or whatever.
Yeah, there's a similarity in aroma to the J.W. Lee, although considerably lighter and more acidic.
Right.
Almost citrusy. You know, I always worry about calling things citrusy when
it's
there's
more
no
like a
citrus
dark
in them.
fruit. Kind of like plum, fig. It's not, it's pretty inviting as far as the aroma, but it's not like, because like that Barleywine, even though it was like really aromatic, it was almost off-putting because it was like you can tell it's going to be an intense beer. This isn't nearly as intense, so.
Well, it is 3 or 4% lighter in alcohol content, and
right.
it's a lot lighter and nowhere near as thick,
right.
judging by the appearance and the way it holds to the glass.
All right, you want to dive in?
Absolutely.
Cheers. Tastes like juice. It's like
yeah.
It doesn't taste like a beer. I was going into this expecting it to be like a barley wine, but it's not nearly that intense. It's like a lot lighter, and I didn't even like my first swig there. I was like, this is refreshing.
I was expecting something different from the aroma that I'm getting in the taste, and when you say juice, this hits me a little bit like apple juice specifically.
Yeah.
Like the aroma. You know, I do get a little bit of that citrusy, almost lemony quality, but also, as you said, the dark fruits, the sort of cherry or plum. But the flavor is very apple-y.
Yeah, it's like a red apple, not like a green apple.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like an apple cider, but I wouldn't say there's any real spice in here.
No, if this was sweeter, and the apple notes were more pronounced, you might be able to trick me into thinking it's a cider. It's got that.
Maybe if you age this a little bit longer.
Well, that's it. I mean, it says,
it's...
Yeah, bottle conditioned, so
right.
that's why I gave you the yeast warning. There's probably some live yeast in there.
Probably some sediment. We still have a lot of beer left in here. So.
Which is a good thing.
Yeah.
Because this is very refreshing. In fact, the aroma led me to believe that it would be nowhere near as refreshing as it is.
I know, exactly.
And this is very different than a lot of other beers from this brewery.
Yeah. This is like, it's like a Barleywine light, you know?
Yeah, okay.
For the person, like, and I'm not a big fan of Barleywines, but every time I've had one, I've ended up liking them. But it's like, going into them, I'm like, this is not every person's cup of tea or whatever. But this is a lot more drinker friendly, and it's pretty smooth. It's actually even a little bit watery, but or maybe I'd rather just call it thin. It's not like it's something that's been watered down or anything like that. But that flavor there is refreshing, like you said. It's along the lines of a cider.
I'm getting, up top of the mouth there, and along the back of the tongue, a sort of sourness, a sort of tartness that is more pronounced as I'm getting deeper into it.
It's reminding me like a Macintosh apple. Not like a Red Delicious, and definitely not a Granny Smith, but it's like that Macintosh type. Yeah, like you were saying, like that tartness, almost like an apple pie. You know, for 8% alcohol, it doesn't. There's no heat or warmth from the booze.
Right.
And it finishes like very clean. It's not even like drying my mouth out like like a lot of big booze.
I'm getting a little bit of the dryness. I'm not sure if it's the hops or if it's maybe the more acidic content that I'm starting to pick up now.
It sticks around for a second there.
No, but it is drying me out a little. Then, you give me some yeast there. Well, that'll make life interesting. Ooh, yeah, you get a little bit of a different aroma in that one because I got a good yeast pour.
Right. Yeah, the bottom of the bottle is a lot more dry.
You know, I kind of like it.
Doughy.
You know, sometimes I like yeasty flavor, and I know a lot of people don't do it.
Yeah.
A lot of people will leave that bottom bit there, and there are some beers where I do that, but every once in a while, the bottom of the bottle dreg is kind of tasty.
Yeah, the lees, as they call it. A lot of the Belgian beers and all the Trappist beers are like that.
I don't like it when it's too heavily spiced, though.
Yeah.
A beer with a lot of coriander in it, a lot of the yeasty stuff on the bottom, I just kind of leave be.
Just to kind of wrap up here, I mean, we're sounding like we're really liking this beer a lot. I liked it a lot more than I thought it was. I thought it was going to be more of an acquired taste, like a barley wine. But I'm going to be pretty generous on this one. I'm going to say 8 out of 10. I think it's a very good beer.
Yeah, I am also saying 8 out of 10. I almost gave this a 9.
Right.
I came close to a 9. I'm enjoying the heck out of it. But as I'm sitting here drinking it, that tartness is a little bit more than I'd like for just kind of sitting back and drinking. So it's going to be an 8.
Yeah. The only caveat to this beer is that it's expensive. I saw this beer at Brew Crew, and this same bottle retails for $12.99. So, that's a little bit more than I'd want to pay, especially for a beer that's not of my preferred style. But I think it's worth the gamble. Especially it's funny. There's only one left because it's so it's a rare beer and it's popular. So
well, this is a special brewery. I mean, I gotta tell you, in almost every style, these guys are a solid 8 out of 10 or better.
Yeah.
And if I'm gonna say, if somebody comes to me and says, "Oh, I want to try an oatmeal stout," or "I want to try, a
brown ale,"
right? If I want to give them an honest example of the style, I often will go to Samuel Smith's.
Yep. All right. Well, I guess that does it for this episode. Thanks to Henry for coming over.
Hey, thanks for having me.
And thanks to Mike again for the beer. Nothing tastes as good as free beer, right?
That's true.
So, that's it for this episode, and I guess we'll see you next time, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Somebody brewed it, Chad just reviewed it. Thanks for watching Chad's Beer Review. Trust me, the next episode will be a lot better.